Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Darius. I'm back, y'all. Done a reaction video on the day, man. Look, we about to get we about to get in tune with Brick Lady. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know Brick Lady, it's a lady that she said dude hit her in the face with a brick because she didn't want to give him her number. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of dudes do a lot of crazy things when a female don't want to give them their number. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like they say a lot of provocative and crazy stuff to a female to degrade them when they don't want to give them their number. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. You know what I'm saying? But to throw a brick, that's a little excessive. I mean, that's a lot excessive. Especially if you see the picture of this lady face. Like her face was like half her face was damn near deformed. It was swollen. It was like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So to throw a brick at a lady face because she didn't want to give him her number, that is insane. But yeah, so Brick Lady, she done got locked up because they say she was lying about lying. You know what I'm saying? They say like whatever she was saying wasn't the truth. She was just tricking people out their money through GoFundMe and you know, living her best life and traveling and living the world off of that. But yeah, let's get into the video. Let's see what's really going on.
And thank you for staying up late with us. We have a great program for you tonight. Don't go anywhere. And we want to thank all of our guests for joining us as well. We begin tonight with a story that had a lot of people talking. The saga, the now infamous Brick Lady. Her claims of being assaulted have turned into quite the scandal. Her real name is Roda Osman. You're looking at her there. You may remember that plea on social media. You may remember when we covered her story last September. Brigitte, you and I were duped too. Yep. We fell for it like a damn fool.
No.
She claimed a man threw a brick at her because she wouldn't give him her phone number. But investigators say the attack never happened. Osman has been charged with theft by deception. According to court documents, she collected more than $40,000 through GoFundMe. Osman is out on bond and is scheduled to go to court on March 5th. Let's keep in mind these charges are just allegations at this point, and she has not been convicted. However, we ask if the allegations are proven and are true in court, how could that impact victims of assault who come forward in the future? Joining us to talk about it, publicist Brigitte Holden, attorney Ricky Hernandez.
Hey, sis on the far end. Yeah, sis on the far end. That fro go crazy. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shit, hey, I'm fucking with it. That fro go crazy. Like, how much hair product you gotta put in your hair for your shit to grow like that? Cause man, shit go crazy. I know people who like hair don't even touch like the back of their scalp for real. Like, that is crazy.
And Factor digital producer Aji Borderin. Glad to have you here on the Factor. Since Aji, you've been monitoring this for us on social media, and you brought to our attention she was in Jamaica.
Yeah, she was.
Tell us about that video she
living
posted.
Her best life off that little GoFundMe bread.
I want to say that was maybe about 3 to 5 days ago. So it was actually interesting because when she was supposed to turn in her, she actually agreed to turn her stuff into the police a few days ago, and she didn't show up. And that same day when she didn't show up, she posted a video talking about how much she had been through in the past year and how she was reclaiming herself and trying to pour back into herself. And she was in Jamaica, and people were saying on social media, like, are you a fugitive? Like, because you're supposed to be at the police station. So it's just kind of, you know, it's really fishy when you have somebody who's raising, you know, $40,000+, you mentioned. 42,000, had a $10,000 bond. And they're in Jamaica right before when they're supposed to be in at the police station. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff around this case that just didn't feel right from the jump, and even more so as we came into the last few days.
And Ricky Hernandez, when you look at this from a criminal perspective, what is she looking at here? What is HPD charged her with? What does that mean?
Right. So she's been charged with theft by deception. So theft is a crime that, based on basically the amount of money stolen, that's going to affect the degree of the crime, right? So with her crime in particular, she's stolen, as Brigitte said, $42,000. When you steal anywhere between $30,000 and $150,000 in the state of
42
Texas,
racks is a lot when you ain't got to work for it, though.
So she's looking at anywhere from a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years. in the state penitentiary for this crime.
Now, if she were able to get out of it, what would she have to prove? What would her attorney have to come into court and show that she did not commit fraud or deception here?
Right. So basically, the way it's written now is in the complaint. It has not been indicted yet, but is that she unlawfully appropriated basically the property of GoFundMe. So she would have to prove that she basically received the property, or in this case, it's cash money. She would have to prove that she received those profits lawfully. But I mean, as it seems now, those profits were, obtained by deception. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, then she.
Hey, what I don't get though, if this GoFundMe, right? These are people that are like donating money to you. How is it unlawful for someone to donate money to you? I don't care under what circumstances it is, even if you lying about your situation. How is it unlawful for someone that's like me, giving my homeboy like $20? He be like, damn, hey, you know what I'm saying? Even though he lying or whatever, hey man, I'm short on my light bill or whatever, I need 20, blah, blah, blah. How is it unlawful for me to donate? I'm handing my dog. It's not like, this ain't no Ponzi scheme, no nothing. I'm handing my dog $20. How is it unlawful? Like, I'm donating. Like, hey, look, here you go. Here go the dub. You know what I'm saying? You say you short on such and such. I don't care if he lying his ass off. How is it unlawful?
She's probably guilty.
And really quick, explain for the viewer when you say she's been charged, but she hasn't been indicted. Make the difference there. What does that mean to the average layman out there?
Right. So an indictment is really a term specific to felonies. I know it's thrown out a lot, but basically the prosecutors for the Harris County will have to prove the facts to what's called the grand jury, which is a group of 12 people from the cross-section of the community. And they will see the facts from the prosecutor's point of view, and they will decide whether or not there's enough charges or enough evidence there to move forward. And if that's the case, then they will move on with the court proceedings.
And right now what we're looking at is investigative work by HPD or the law enforcement agency, and the DA saying go ahead and charge her.
Correct. There's definitely enough
before the grand jury.
Yes, Isaiah, that's correct.
All right. Brigitte, how will this impact other victims in the future if we see people on social media saying, someone attacked me, they hit me with a brick, and it's because I didn't do this or that?
Well, you know,
That's
the
what I'm
court of
trying to
public
say.
perception is always, stronger than the actual court of law. And so now when someone comes forward, whether black, white, or whatever female, people are not going
Damn,
to
I
jump
love her
so
hair,
soon
though.
to
No
believe
cap.
them.
I
So
love
it's
her
kind
hair.
of a dangerous thing. It's like, do we come to their aid, or are they crying wolf?
Mm-hmm.
That story we were told as a little kid, and so now it puts people on guard, if you will. Do I trust this person? Are they telling the truth, or is it another brick lady? So you never know.
And of course, we covered this in the beginning.
We did.
Very convincing.
Yep, very convincing.
Crying and said no other men would come to her aid. They would only take video.
So you saying, right? So because I'm stuck on this, you feel me? So you saying if I it's a female on Instagram, on IG. On IG, you only can show a limited amount of things, you know what I'm saying, as far as like nudity. So you saying if a female be like, go subscribe to her OnlyFans, and I sign up for her OnlyFans, you know what I'm saying, her subscription, I pay her subscription, and she's showing the same thing she's showing on IG, you saying she can get locked up too because I'm donating her money. You know what I'm saying? Even though she's lying, it's false advertisement. You saying she can get between 2 and 10 years because she's lying? Because when it comes out to the law, man, it seemed like they used the law to work towards what they wanted to work towards or who they wanted to work towards. Other than that, there's a lot of people that do unlawful things according to the law. That do a lot of unlawful things but don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and men were, dragged because it made it seem like men were trash because they didn't come to her aid. And a lot of times women I'm trying to use my words carefully.
Women lie all the time.
Because we're damsels in distress, if you will.
Yeah, lie
men
all
are
the
now
time.
going to be very cautious about coming to a person's aid, a female, if they think that she's lying. So now it's not trusted.
And Aji, we talked about it in our editorial meeting in the past. Was there any other case like this, similar to this, where there was a GoFundMe or some type of allegation that you can recall?
Well, not specifically like in that same way where we're talking about being attacked, but I mean, I think right now on social media you see a lot of people who are using their life situations, whether it be being homeless on the street or going through whatever struggles, to try to raise money, and sometimes those claims are not always fully true. So it makes people kind of think harder about whether or not they want to reach out and help people. But there's still just as many people who are questioning it. There's a vast number of people who are supporting it. I mean, even now, as Roda is going through all these charges, these charges, there are still people saying, well, why are y'all saying that she's wrong? Like, she still was attacked, or, she still went through these things. So I think when you have so many people who have access to your story at one time, you can find the people who will support you no matter what.
And Ricky, really quick before we close, is HPD at this point alleging nothing happened, or is this deception and misleading?
So from that perspective, basically it's alleged that she obtained the funds based on her social media posts through deception, which is basically defined in the penal code as like a statement of fact that would affect the judgment of a person, right? So when you're saying, claims such as I was hit in the face with a brick, I need money for my hospital bills, when I think video evidence shows, as we were just saying, that wasn't the case. I think that's a perfect, example of deception.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored.
That's the end of the video. Look, man, look. I get it, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things are false advertised. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, a lot of these big name companies, you know what I'm saying, these FDA approved companies, or these companies that's non-GMO approved, but when you read the fine prints, they got all these chemicals in the food that they placed in there. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. So are y'all going to arrest them too for false advertisement? Because we buy their products. You got products out there, they say fresh, never frozen, or 100% beef and all this other stuff. But when you read the fine print, they're lying. So should they be locked up also? Or you got situations like this, you know what I'm saying, where a lady said she got hit in the face with a brick, and you got people that's dumbasses that donated to her cause because they thought it was real. They thought that her situation was a situation that they should be able to play a role in and help. You know what I'm saying? But the world do it all the time, but there's no consequences. So I don't get it. It's like they pick and choose who they want to attack or go against or go at. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, I said like 90% of industry. How many times have y'all watched a commercial and like medicine, for instance, medicine, they'll have some pill that are supposed to help for headaches or whatever, or help you lose weight, and then they'll go reading fast as fuck at the end, and then the commercial goes off. You know what I'm saying? But we all go by, oh, they said it'd make us lose weight. But they don't tell you all the side effects and everything that'll kill you because they read it so fast. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's a crazy situation. Look, get in the comment box. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.
Pull up on the scene with the whole team. You like, what's that smell? I'm like, that's that sour D. Bitch, you already know that we smoking. Never smoking, Reggie, only and watch me pull up on the scene with the whole team. You like, what's that smell? I'm like, that's that sour D. Bitch, you already know that we smoking. Never smoking, Reggie, only and watch me pull up.